the first question that I have reserved is for you, Ms. Dabila. Let me just ask an open-ended question. If I said frontline states, what comes to mind and what can you say in relation to that?
So now this is about the people. We have this Freedom Charter where Operation Dudula is entrenching the Freedom Charter that says people shall govern. And, currently we don't have leaders. We are on autopilot. And that's where Operation Dudula comes in.
No, I'm asking about frontline states.
Frontline states. So, so this is about... are you now taking this together with the
If I say to you frontline states, from a historical perspective, what comes to mind as we have this conversation?
The frontline states, I would believe it's about, the people in power.
That was Zandile Dabila of Operation Dudula, the president of Operation Dudula, struggling to answer what are frontline states, but she wants to be in politics. But that is not the issue. The issue is, instead of coming up with all those stories, she could have just asked and be honest that she doesn't know, but instead she chose to come up with stories. That response alone is a red flag. It begs a lot of questions. Is that the best that Dudula has to offer to push forward into parliament? It also begs the question of whether she has any integrity or honesty in herself, because if she had any integrity or honesty, she could have just asked what frontline states are. But this does not surprise me, because Operation Dudula, to sustain their movement, they need to use lies and propaganda. Even if you go on their page, you see a lot of falsified information, a lot of information that is not factually checked. You see a lot of information that is exaggerated and inconsistent and just factually incorrect. And that is what they use to fuel and to push their propaganda to keep going forward, because with the truth, that propaganda, that movement cannot stand. Zandile and Operation Dudula are so used to making up stories to the point where they don't even recognize facts or know that they actually need to seek the facts or fact check. They just come up with stories as they go. I mean, another good example is when she was at the football stadium. She just made up stories that Zimbabweans were being arrogant and South Africans were fed up. And people were hurtful because of that claim, but she just made up claims and stories about a soccer match where people were having fun. She went there and she started making up stories. So this is actually how they operate. They operate by making up stories, by creating false propaganda. They fuel their movement with lies, and this doesn't even surprise me. And if South Africa thinks this is a good leader, then maybe they deserve it. Maybe they actually need to get a test of what they put in parliament. They don't even check for integrity. A person says one thing that they agree with, and it's something that is even a mark of a good leader. Someone just hates the same person that you hate and you think they're a good leader. I don't know. If they think that this is good leadership, maybe SA deserves what they're putting themselves into.